Okay, before we get on, if the person who wants me to work on the toga ex-goddess listener, it is still being worked on. Do not worry. Anyways, let's get on. The male sat in a chair, holding your phone. His elbow rested on the table next to it, his head on his other hand, and his leg crossed over the other. His black hair seemed to figure over his head nicely, his purple eyes going back and forth. Sorry to get you all pissy, but he looked over to you. The lady's not in the best of moods right now. He smirked. What the hell do you mean? He spat. The little stunt you pulled? And how the hell did you even get here? The male spat. I wasn't fucking there, and who the hell are you? He spat. Just call me... He thought for a moment. Agent. He smirked. A dear friend of your... He paused a bit, looking at you, still throwing things around, cursing up a storm. Girlfriend? He pondered. Don't you. Shut up. I have orders to make sure you never talk to her again. Goodbye, Bakugou. After that, he smashed the phone and threw it into the fireplace, where a roaring fire grew hotter and hotter by the second. He then took a breath and stood up. My mistress, please. Why don't we go to your mother's garden? He placed his hand over his chest. It always seems to calm you down. You breathed in and out, huffing and puffing from all your, rampage. Your breath then calmed down. You're right. My roses need watering. You looked at him, a frown covering your face. He walked over and held out his hand. You placed yours in his. Let's go. You spat. Yes, my lady. He nodded, and the two of you started walking through the halls. I don't know what the fuck to do, Bakugou spat, punching the punching bag Kirishima had. I was right with you. Oh, it was all right with you, he spat. It's true, yeah. I know I'm not too keen on her, but you were right here. Oh, I was right there with you. You couldn't have done anything. Mina and the other three were looking at each other. And that dude, he punched it again. Is his big deal, he spat. Sounds like someone's jealous. Dinky looked to Mina. Shut up. This is really important, actually. Mina spat, causing the others to look at them. Look what she did to me. Just imagine if she were to use her quirk on Bakugou, Midoriya, Todoroki, and or you. She pointed to him. Denki then thought, Bakugou could probably lose his hands. Midoriya would probably be like what he was in the beginning of the school year, if not even worse. Todoroki would have frozen himself or burned himself to death. And you, she pointed to him, would be toast from the electrical shocks of the volts. She crossed her arms. See? Both Kirishima and Sero said at the same time. That's why we need to get her away from the league. He paused and then looked at everyone. Or else everyone's gone. You. My lady, your roses are quite the sight. All of the different colors suit the place nicely. You smiled down at the flowers, watering them ever so peacefully. They are all quite beautiful. I really do love my white ones. You looked to Agent. They are like gems after being watered. You smiled, looking down at the plants. You know, I used to love my red roses. You walked over to the red rose bush, pulling one of them off, and the bush then slowly started to wither away. You looked down at the rose. Agent still eyeing the now dead bush. A little sweat dropping from his forehead. I know it was something so small. You paused, crushing the rose within your hand. But it hurt my feelings, my body, and my soul. You then looked to him. You know I have bruises right now. You walked up to him smiling, showing off your left arm. The bruise covered the entire side from when you touched the floor. Then, well, I have things to do for my brother. It was nice seeing you again. He nodded and stayed there until you left. His breath finally left his lips. Yes, you were his master now, his savior, his all. But you were so different. Betrayed from the people you loved and worked with. That fucking twice. He clenched his hand. Oh, why did you make her hate him? He mocked, looking over the flowers yet again. His now messy hair all sprawled out. That poor boy is dead. He looked at the city. The brightness being so bright, even in the day. We need to tell them, Bakugou spoke. Warn them when they see her. Bakugou sighed. It must have been so hard for him. He hadn't been thinking this much in a while. Yeah, we have to, or else like 30 people could die. The others nodded. Hey, quick, everyone's in the common rooms. They nodded, going down to the room. Wait, Mr. Aizawa, don't leave. Danky panicked while seeing his teacher open the door. What? Did you get yourself in shit again? He asked. No. Bakugou spoke, and everyone looked at him at how calmly he looked, and his voice was. They were almost suspicious. There's something I need to warn everyone. After he took a long breath. What could that be? Who knows? Hope it's not about the plan. No, it's an addition. It's about the girl that may or may not be close to All for One. Everyone gave their looks, questions, and more. Because she is All for One's daughter. Some gasps could be heard. How do you know this? Uraka gasped as she stood up. Because was dating? I fucking really don't know anymore. What? Everyone yelled. Shut it. Aizawa spat, and then looked to Bakugou. Continue. It maybe happened sometime earlier in the year. I met her at a mall. We continued to see each other. First, it was really about knowing about the league, but I found out she hated them. Wanted nothing to do with them. He then looked to Mina, and she came to our school one day, and looked back to Aizawa. Then, they wanted to know about her quirk, and see how it worked. That's when Mina was hurt so badly. That's really how? One of the students spoke. Her quirk is Scarlet Empress. It stops the quirk user's resistance to their own quirk. Aizawa nodded. So, for Mina's cause, that's why she has burn marks all over her body. Bakugou nodded, looking down. He then looked to the others. Todoroki would be burnt, frozen. Deku would have his own body broken. Denki would die from the electric shocks. He then looked back to Aizawa, and my hands would be gone. Gas could be heard. But something happened. I don't know much about this part, but she went home, still feeling bad for Mina, and stabbed herself with the needle, thinking it would take away her quirk. But it changed her body, and possibly her mind as well. Silence. And then Aizawa nodded. I see. But why do you say this? We were. His brow raised. I don't know. She's not answering me, but... Oh, she's answering, me, but not her. Some dude named Agent. Said I did something to fuck her mood. Bakugou spat. Great. Aizawa spoke. Thanks, Bakugou. I'll tell the others. Mr. Aizawa, there's something else you need to know, too. He stopped and looked at Mina. That Nomu of hers. She paused. It might have just been me, but it'll kill anyone just for touching her. Or even thinking badly of her. Her hands were shaking as she clenched her fingers. Bakugou could swear he could see blood dripping from where her nail imprint was. He nodded and left. Bakugou looked to the others. Shut up, I'll deal with her. I have a plan. The other looked to one another. Don't promise anything you can't do. Todoroki spoke. Shut up, half and half. See how I said the plot was going to kind of change? Maybe not entirely, but if you have been paying attention, there's some hints to later on in this story, so